Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Alright, today we're going to visit with Miss Colette, who's a Colette snake from Australia. Colette snakes are related to Mr. Brown. They're in the same genus, Pseudoechis. Don't often see her. She's very shy. We're going to take her out today because her cage needs cleaning. You know, I have said before, normally I don't take snakes out for photo sessions or for any reason other than treating them, cleaning their cages, replacing a light bulb, etc., etc. You know, these snakes do much better with as little care as possible, or little interaction as possible. You know, some snakes are a little bit more interactive, like our friend Miss Habu here. She knows it's the weekend and food is generally in hand, so she comes out of her log and sits here so she can be noticed, and she'll do a mock strike at you if you get close and stuff, but you know, she's not as shy as some. We work with the snake. We see what their personalities are and what things we can do with them safely and what things we can't do, and some snakes we just don't do anything with because they're far too dangerous, like Miss Asper, unless it's really absolutely necessary. So without any more discussion, first step I'm going to try is to remove the glass. This will make getting her out easier. Hello, Miss Colette. Yes, we're coming to visit today. You don't necessarily like that. You know something's up, don't you? Huh? There we go. So this is the Colette snake. They're from northern area of Australia. These are highly venomous elapids. They have presynaptic, postsynaptic neurotoxins, myotoxins, as well as some hemorrhagens. One very interesting aspect to their venom is if people that are bitten, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you flinch. If people are bitten, chances are you will permanently lose your sense of smell and your sense of taste. The specific neurotoxins, for some reason, attach to certain cranial nerves which control the sense of smell and the sense of taste. And because these are presynaptic neurotoxins, once they bind to that neuron, it's irreversible. The neuron's gone. It's smoked. It's fried. Any which way you want it, it's gone. And you essentially need to grow a new nerve to complete that connection that previously existed. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. The central nervous system does not repair itself very well. So this girl was sent to me by Jim and Kristen at the Kentucky Reptile Zoo. She came here because I was going to breed her with Mr. Colette. However, while she was in quarantine, I noticed that Mr. Colette unfortunately had a big intestinal tumor, and unfortunately it was terminal. So I never got to breed her. She's a very shy snake. She particularly likes chicks, although she will occasionally take a mouse. So this is Colette snake, Pseudoechis colletti, from northern areas of Australia. Lives in burrows and cracks in the ground, and mostly goes after lizards, other snakes, birds, occasionally rodents. Okay, Miss Colette, we're going to put you in the tub. Thank you for spending this quality time with us. If you can remove that, we will gently put, since Miss Colette is cooperative, we will very gently put her in there and not drop her like the stupid popcorn cobras, which I unload like they're freaking hot potatoes, which they really are. Okay, so just leave this on. We'll move this over there so she's out of the way. It's dark, it's quiet. Mr. Brown was just in there, so maybe she can sense that she's not alone in the world, even though she's in a cage by herself. Miss Colette, as I said, she's a very shy snake. She's hiding her head under her coils for a little security. So now I'm going to gently hook her out, and hopefully she will be as relaxed as she was when she was on the tabletop. Make sure you grab the right end and scoot her back in her cage. Go ahead, you're home. You're home, it's your lock. There you go. Go on. Good girl. Come on. Come on, I don't want to have to tweak your butt here. Come on, you can flatten out all you like. Just don't spray me with crap. There you go. Alright, so there she is in her nice clean cage with a new LED light that I've been using, which not only is more environmentally friendly than the fluorescent bulb, but it's daylight balanced, so she's getting the equivalent of sort of sunshine, and also for photographic purposes it's perfectly white balanced. Dropping in on the Angolan garter snake, and we can see that despite being blue, this is not affecting its appetite. You know, granted, if for those who haven't seen this before, your pinky mice that size is just 87% water, so there isn't a whole lot of nutritional value. But right now, since it's in shed, this requires a huge amount of water for them to successfully shed, or any snake. So it's going to enjoy itself and eat. And I think what I'll do is put a second one in there for it to locate on its own. Is there a little water left in the big jug over there?
Yes, I refilled it.
Okay. Here, just dump some in there and put it back. That's good. Okay, so we'll give it some water in a water dish. We'll put some water in the front here to make it nice and moist. And then I'll gently move it back in here. And tomorrow, I need to check and make sure that that pink has been devoured. Knowing that particular specimen, it will be. That one has never missed a meal since arriving. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because these are going to be going off to the zoo that I got them for very soon. And it was like lights out, and we know with lights out, come on, that, come on. Are we butthurt now, huh? Oh wait, this could be okay. This could be okay. I saw a couple of curious tongue flicks. to be difficult, huh? Or butthurt because we were disturbed. So I'm going to leave these right here and not bother this snake and come back tomorrow and see what we got, if it ate. You know, as everybody knows, that I don't like disturbing snakes in my animals unless there's a good reason to. So, you know, it's pretty rare when you see me flip them out onto the tabletop and mess with them, or take them out and put them in a bucket just because they need a weekly bath. You know, this, in my opinion, is just not the best way to have relaxed, healthy snakes, because they get stressed. Okay, so now this one is the problem feeder. This one only seems to like frozen thawed geckos, and these geckos have been in the freezer for quite some time. Oh, but that didn't, that did the trick with this one. It's like, ooh, I love geckos. We don't like having to feed geckos, but because we like geckos too, but not in the same way that the Angolan garter snake does. And I can see that size is just about right for that snake. And what we'll do is we'll give it a yeah, because again, these are very shy snakes, and I want them to eat. I want them to do well. I am not going to disturb them. I'm just going to let them acclimate and get used to the situation. In this way, we have snakes that are acclimated, eat well, you know, grow, get healthy, and reproduce. So again, I tried to show you the Angolan garter snakes, but they're very shy creatures, so I hope you enjoyed to get to at least see a little bit of them. Well, I'm going to feed Elvis here. Elvis, his light has gone out and he has disconnected the camera, so this is a good time to occupy his mouth and give him something to eat, so he will leave me alone while I take care of things in his cage. So usually he detects his cage being opened and comes forth. What, Mr. Rat here, huh? Okay, well, if you want him in the middle, you'll have to work out the details. So the first step is to carefully unscrew the light bulb and place it. Okay, so it blew the bulb. That's not good. Okay, so ZoomEd's fantastic quality. The first bulb that I put in there immediately got fried itself, vaporized the filament, which meant that in the manufacturing process, air leaked into the bulb, which is supposed to be a vacuum. That air oxidized the filament instantaneously when it was heated, and it went poof. So now the next thing is to put the camera back up here and get it into operation. Now I think, you know, I'm partially to blame for, I broke the connector here on the cable, so it doesn't, it's either I fried it. Well, why do they have to make these so difficult to work with?
Well, you know, I don't think you have to worry about Elvis. He has not moved, and he's not about to let go of that rat.
Well, that's why I stuffed his mouth first. Because I saw a picture of a 10-foot cobra's fang, and actually I found it to be quite disturbing.
Very large.
And I'd rather have him sink his fang into the rat than sink it into my shin. This is fried.
Yeah.
I have to order a new camera.
Well, that stinks.
Indeed. Because, you know, I don't think that they will fix the camera.
No, it's probably too expensive to fix it. It's cheaper to get a new one. It's like everything today, it's all disposable.
You bet.
Look at him. Has not moved
Well,
an inch.
that's sort of good. So yeah, people don't understand. Well, I want to see Elvis. Well, you're seeing Elvis. This is about as much as I interact with him now because he's very big. He can be quite rambunctious, and with fangs that rival gaboon viper fangs, and lots of venom that would kill me dead pretty quick, he's not to be mucked with. When he was, you know, 6-7 feet, he was a little bit easier to move about and to deal with. In the room, if Mrs. Viperkeeper pans around, there's now a misting system, and having him cruise across the tops of the cages, destroying that installation and lights and everything else that's up high. You know, I just really can't have him doing it. So we're going to let him go ahead and eat his rat because he won't do anything until he's sure that I'm out of the way.
He's afraid you're going to steal it from him.
Yes. So we'll just let him eat, and we got plenty of other snakes to care for. This needs a little cleaning. Actually, when substrate gets in the way here, doesn't allow the door to close properly. Here we go. And we do want the door to close properly.
Oh boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I believe it's the connector on the camera that got hammered. They make these things just so fragile. See that?
Yeah, there's way too much movement.
I'll try a different chord, but I think it's done. So no Elvis cam until I replace this, which isn't a big deal. I can order it online and have it in a couple days. Okay, so on to other creatures.